Good evening, one and all. I hope we can see. Let me see. There's a bit of dirt on the top of my screen. I can see that there. That's a good thing about the light. So it's very bright. Usually it's nearly dark. Would you believe when we're live and stuff? I know the light's probably blind. At least you can see me. I think it is a bit better. I think it's actually more better the camera the way it is at the moment. But yeah, what a day! I mean, it's been quite unusual day now. So I'm sure people have heard about Leo. Um, he's going to leave. Well, he's not leaving as a TD, but he's resigning as the leader of Fine Gael. He say Fianna Fáil, but basically the one the same party. And he's resigning as Taoiseach. So obviously that's not going to happen for until April anyway, when the Fine Gael Ardash meets. So he's going to be there for another little while. Good afternoon, Sean. I'm sure we all are delighted to hear about the news that Leo is going. I actually meant to do something. Give me seconds. Do a jump over this side. I should have just jumped over the fucking thing. Yeah. I'm sure we're all delighted with the news. Well, he's not gone yet. He's still there for the moment. He's not going to be gone for another while yet. He's going to be just a temporary, an acting Taoiseach, I suppose. That's what that is. Even though, let's be fair, let's call a spade here. First of all, there should be a general election. There should be an election. The government should just hand it off to somebody else. But we all know. Okay. But yeah, no, we all know the reason why they will call it general election, because we all know it. And the only reason why is because they know they're going to be kicked to the stratosphere. Let's put it that way. So, because Fine Gael is not doing too good, it's the same as Fianna Fáil. The two of them are not doing very good. But basically, they're one of the same. As you know, 9 TDs from Fine Gael just leaving, jumping ship at the next election. And not even that. You see what's happening in Fianna Fáil too. Like it's just a mess. So it's a big shamble. So well, it's not. At the end of the day, it's their own fault. They didn't listen to people. They're wondering why people are so angry and upset with them, because at the end of the day, I think that's the reason why Leo quit. Well, not quit, but he's still going to be TD into the next election. But I think that's the reason why, because he doesn't understand. Why he claims not to understand. But he knows why, because people are not happy with them bringing in everybody from Timbuktu and stuff, and they just refuse to listen. They call everybody far right and etc. 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 Yeah, he won't get re-elected, even though he might not. Maybe we don't know yet. That is he going to win whenever the next general election is going to be. We don't know when that's going to be, but maybe just stay on for the moment because he only has a year left or so. But who knows? Maybe after that he'd be like, "Fuck it, I get a job in Europe." Because let's be fair, he probably will get a job in Europe on the World Economic Forum or something like that. So he won't be stuck away when he eventually leaves. Even if we all know Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are just going to get annihilated. That's the only reason why, because they know what's coming basically. Because 9 TDs for Fine Gael, it's a lot, just to say get up and run and go. Refuse to run and stuff like that. And the fact that they can't really get people to run, on the tickets for Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, it's not helping their case either. So the two parties are blowing up basically. And at the end of the day, it's their own fault because they just refuse to listen to people. And if they listen to people, maybe people might give them the benefit of the doubt and stuff. But it's the fact of the matter that they didn't. They just refused to listen to anything people had to say. If it doesn't go with their narrative, then it's the high road. But yeah, I won't be sorry to see Leo go. Let's put that way. I won't shed a tear. And will not be shedding a tear over it anyway. But he'll be there for another while anyway. He probably should have been gone long ago. Like, let's be fair, when he did leak them documents, Leo the link, when he did link them documents before to his friend, that should have been the time he resigned. I don't know why he left it to just some random fucking day. I wasn't expecting this today either. He just left it some random fucking day. I wouldn't mind if he resigned back then, because he probably should have resigned, because he did break the law, even though nothing was done about it, when he actually did break the law. Nothing was done about, because it's all what we expect. But yeah. But in an unusual tone of events, especially he's only really back from Washington, like from seeing Joe Biden. So I don't know. And the next question, this is going into the next question: who's going to be the leader of Fine Gael? Because let's be fair, I know people are saying Simon Howes. Like, I generally don't think people go and elect Simon Howes. Isn't it? How many counts was Simon Howes elected? It was the fucking 15th count, wasn't it, or something like that? Like, if you put Simon Howes as the Taoiseach, there's something wrong with it. Hello, Kat, how are you doing? How are we doing this lovely Wednesday? It's a lovely day. Yesterday was pissing, just pissed for hours and hours and hours, and just never stopped raining. So it's good to see the sun. So hopefully we see it, and the days are getting longer too, which is great. Which in the summertime we can do streams outside, which is good. But it was nice day altogether. You can see the sun's blinding me here. I was out in the sun all day. I soon have a farmer's tan again, but yeah. So who do we think is going to be the leader of Fine Gael? Because obviously we'll have to get just a leader or president. So who do we take out of the Fiend of the Lena? Excuse me, sorry, they're both one and the same. I know they might still be the one party at this stage. They probably will maybe merge after they get defeated in the next election. They just merge into Fine Gael and Fine For party. The two of them just the same name. I wouldn't be surprised actually if they'd done that. Because again they're basically one and the same. Just a different name. That's the only thing that's separating them. All for the same stuff, but I generally do take now. I know this sounds stupid, but I generally take Heather Humphreys, the Minister for Social Protection and Rural Communications and stuff, Rural Community Development. Sorry, we'll probably get it. I say she probably be the Taoiseach because they won't have a general election because they won't risk it. Why would you risk it when you know you're going to lose it all? So that's why they're going to wait to try and drag it out another year. That's what they're going to do. Like, we all know it. Like, 100% that's what they're going to do. They basically have said it because they could have called one today and said, we have an election. But they knew, like, half of them wouldn't be re-elected. So, they'll be shooting themselves in the foot. So they're going to wait to the very, very last second to call it. But at the end of the day, the way I see it, it should have been brought to the people, like to elect a government, to elect a new Taoiseach. It shouldn't be the case that, it's some democracy when you just pick and choose who can be the Taoiseach. When one Taoiseach resigns and stuff like that. Like, that shouldn't be the case. Let's put that way. It's the same in the UK when Liz Truss was kicked out. The cabinet lasted longer than Liz Truss. It's the same when that happened in the UK. Richie Sunak shouldn't have been there unless he was elected by the people. But again, the Conservative Party is going to be set back to the Stone Age in the next election because the Labour Party are just going to run away with it in the United Kingdom. But at the end of the day, it's Boris Johnson's fault for that. And along with a few other things. But, but as I keep saying, the one thing that we have to keep going back to is that the government is afraid to go to the people. Like, they say they've done a good job and they've done a good job with this and they've done that and they've done the other. But at the end of the day, really what they do, they did really nothing. They're good for nothing, in other words. If they went to the people, that would be shown that they were good for nothing, basically. So they can't really, it wouldn't go too well. But yeah. They all look like sad puppies today, the whole lot of them, when they came out into the step. But at least Leo got to see Joe before he's going. But I don't know what we think about that. I presume everybody's going to say Simon Coveney probably be the leader of Fine Gael. Fine Gael. And Fine Fall. Fine Gael and Fine Fall will not catch you as you fall. I'm a bit early, I know, too. Usually be the evening time before I would go live. But the only reason why I'm going live so early, and to be totally honest with you, is because like Leo was basically signing. Only for that I wouldn't have went live early. I just wanted to say something about it because it's really a big thing when Taoiseach does this resign. But yeah, so I don't. He didn't really specify what's his logic behind it, I suppose. But I presume it's just that there's a lot of uproar about many things, and knowing that he probably will lose his seat. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. But yeah. But everybody's rejoicing, yeah. So everybody's just delighted with this decision. It doesn't look as many people crying, but but as I say, don't worry about Leo. He got a big job in Europe with the World Economic Forum or something like that. Smoking up with fire. Yeah, well, he's going to get some other job. Don't worry, he won't be on the dole or anything like that. You get a good job in the World Economic Forum or the United Nations or somewhere. He'd be well looked after. But no, such a random day. That's the thing I can't get over. Just a random day today on a Wednesday. You probably should have left. Again, I keep saying this, but he probably should have left when he leaked them documents and broke the law. That would have been the time to Famos. That would have been the time to Famos and go. That didn't happen. But I don't know. So who do we take, Garen, Oli, and Sean? Who do we think would be the leader of Fine Gael? Who do you think in a few weeks' time we'd be saying, oh, this is the leader of Fine Gael? Like, I generally do think it'd be Heather Humphreys. I know people memeing saying Simon Howes, but it generally couldn't be Simon Howes. Like, you couldn't elect Simon Howes to the office of Taoiseach. Like, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Like, you generally couldn't do it. Because nobody likes Simon Howes. So, and that's just putting it straight. Simon Coveney. Yeah, well, Simon Coveney's possible too. That's what I'm saying, because he was the former Taoiseach too. So, Simon Coveney, everybody's Simon Coveney. I don't know. It's either Simon Coveney or Heather Humphreys, I think. That's what I think. Because I think the rest of them, like Helen McAtee, nobody likes Helen McAtee. So, it'd be stupid to put her on it. You need somebody that's generally kind of liked, even though not many of them are liked at all. But you get what I'm saying. That's like Helen McAtee's under a lot of pressure for a lot of stuff. And the same with Simon Howes, when he was Minister for Health, particularly. And Coveney, yeah. Joe Biden will be upset now. I don't know, but I don't know why now. Why just now? That's why I can't get over. Why not when he leaked the documents about 2 years ago? Why not go then? Why would we should have probably went then? But look, like why now? That's what I want to know. That's really what I want to know. Why is he just choosing right now? Especially because they are literally shooting themselves in the foot at this stage too. Because let's be fair, there's the local town election, European elections are coming. That literally are just the worst possible time to do it. Oh no, but I don't think it'd be them. Like it'd be obviously the higher ups, like who's behind him. You seen when he made his speech, so and that'd be Neil Richmond or Carol. I don't think it'd be them. It'd be the people that would stand behind him: Simon Coveney, Simon Howes, Heather Humphreys. The main cabinet. That makes any sense. Even though what they call it. I can never think of her. What do you call she was in the blue dress. I can never. We even looked at when she went to Singapore. I can never remember. Hildegard Naughton, yeah. It's whoever was behind them, basically, the foot veterans. Like, they're not just going to pull out Jennifer McCall O'Neill after her going to her holidays in Mexico and stuff like that. And saying I voted no and then just fucked off, they're not going to do that. Oh, Neil Richmond either. Like, they're not going to get Neil Richmond on after fucking it up. Like, he basically let the cat out of the bag in the two referendums, what he said. Like, majority, there was a poll done actually on Twitter, I think, the other day. And they asked, people asked if they voted no or no white. I don't know who done it, but I remember seeing it on the Twitter timeline. Why did they vote no or no? And nearly 50% of people said because of what Neil Richmond said on Tonight Show and Virgin Media. Because he basically let the cat out of the bag and said what they really want to do. And people wouldn't be pleased with it. So 50%, and I think it was 1,000 people voted or something like that in this poll on Twitter. So that's a good bit. 50% of 1,000 is a good bit. Along with other reasons, obviously, too. There was other reasons. Yeah, well, Howes is not going to, he's not going to be there. Like, he's going to lose his seat in the next elections, 100%. Like, it's the 15th count or something like that. Simon Howes got in. And Stephen Donnelly's not much better, but nobody cares about he's Fianna Fáil. Nobody cares about Stephen Donnelly. Nobody ever talks about Stephen Donnelly now. He's just forgotten about. So nobody cares. Like, the two of them are gone. Like, they're just gone the next election. There's no hope for them. Like, it'd be better to just cut in one now and leave. But yeah, Fine Gael is definitely in some crisis now. Just not even with just the 9 TDs that were going to stand in the next election won't stand and stuff like that. And then obviously losing with Leo, if he goes, I don't know where he will go, but there'll be 10 TDs that are not going to stand for Fine Gael. But he could have just cut in one now, but I suppose there would have been a by-election if he left, in his constituency. And that would have been not much point with a year, less than a year. It is less than a year. So why would the point in the by-election, I suppose? For less than a year seat. Like, I know of Anna Patrick when that happened. Stuff like that was different because that it was about 2.5 years or so. So, but why would you do it when it's less than a year? You have to, by the time they have sorted out the election and candidates won and stuff like that, you'd be talking about probably midsummer, August or something like that. And so what would be the point? It'll be only there for a few months and then be gone. But no, I don't really know what to make of the Beetlelands. No, yeah, hopefully so. No, not we don't want that. But I don't think so. I think people are just sick of the establishment. So I think there'll be a queer change in the wind now in the next while. Yeah, like Labour's just going to be, they're just destroying themselves. As I say, do you remember when they used to have fucking God knows about 30 TDs? Now they're down to about 6 of them. And as I say, they betrayed the working class people and they betrayed single parents and stuff. And that's what happened to them. They fucked around and the people fucked them, basically. So, they're probably not going to do too well in the next election either. So, But see, the Labour Party in a few years' time won't exist. They'll probably merge into People for Profit or something like that. Like, nobody cares about the Labour Party anymore. Like, nobody cares, generally. Exactly, it was Joan Borden. She fucked around and found out what happened. That's what happened with the Labour Party. Like, generally just betrayed James Connolly's up in Pierce. Because it's not going to exist now, and Labour Party won't exist now in the next 30 years. So it'll be just gone. Yeah, like, you remember that, and the Irish water thing too. Like, a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, that's what happened. What is this? Peggle. So, how to put this? I hear Iceland's coming to invade us. That should be interesting. But yeah, I think we should probably move along from talking about Leo, unless something else happens at the moment, because we could literally sit here and talk about that all day. Because generally, that's the reason why I'm live here early, because I said I have to come home and say something about it. Because I wasn't expecting it. I don't think any of us was expecting it on a random Wednesday. So I was at work when it happened and all that, so I didn't know what was fucking going on. So quite surprised to see that. And it was about Trevor. It was about a few minutes after Trevor and I seen the way today. I think the news came out a few minutes beforehand. So, but yeah, it's quite interesting. Like, just randomly. So yeah, I made a community post with it, so we'll move on a bit. We'll probably be live for a while, and it was a nice sunny evening. Anyway. Let me see. We probably will be able to. You should be able to. Things too. I put up a video earlier on. I recorded it last night. I think it came up. Yeah. So as we see here, Iceland. I said this before. I think Evan Only and Sean probably heard me say, like, the Icelandic Coast Guard now, with only one Navy ship in the whole country, could actually come down with their 9 ships and take over the country. So the Vikings are coming back. So they're literally they're literally being bullied by Iceland. Iceland is literally bullying them. So yeah, like they're giving Iceland. I can never. You have to keep just saying it. Iceland, which is bullying Ireland to get fishing rights, and do you think the Irish government care about the Irish fishermen? No, they're willing just to sell it away, of course, for a cheap price too, because we are good boys and stuff like that. We don't want an idea of a backwards looking idea of sovereignty. So they're just going to give it away for nothing, as they do, just to fuck over the Irish fishermen, as they do. And it's literally, as I say, we probably have Icelandic Coast Guard ships down here, fucking patrolling Ireland. Icelandic Coast Guard, not the Irish Navy, Icelandic Coast Guard. Yeah, literally, Cod War's true. But like the Irish Navy doesn't have a chance. They only have one ship. The Icelandic Coast Guard actually has 9 ships. 9 ships. Like they outnumber something fierce. Like they're totally outnumbered. Like, they generally could just come over here and take over the country. There's nothing to stop them with. Imagine that Ireland's big and like there's only about 300,000 people living in Iceland. They have 9 fucking Coast Guard defense ships. And we only have 1 ship that we can put men onto. How the fuck can they man 9 ships in the Icelandic Coast Guard? Like in the Coast Guard, how the fuck can they get 9 ships operational when Ireland can't even operate 1 ship, let alone, like it's 2.0. But yeah, so basically the government are trying to sell us away again, sell our sovereignty away. Great. As you know. Oh yeah, I heard that night I was going for that in Donegal, one part of Donegal. I heard that. I wish him all the best then when it comes up, because you won't find it now. It'll be another less than 3 months or so. You won't find it now. Geez, it'll be less than 3 months. 2 reference put the nail in the coffin. Yeah, like not like that's just that put the final nail in the coffin, and they kind of realized. I think they were trying to take the way Fianna Fáil Fine take, like they try and think that the public will just follow anything we say. Like that's what they generally thought with this referendum. They thought everybody would just follow them blindly without asking questions. Lead them down the garden path, to say the least. But people actually woke up and said, this is bullshit, and and that's what happened. They couldn't just lead them down the garden path. Yeah. Oh yeah, Walker. Yeah, yeah, but it's not the fact of the matter. Iceland's probably literally bullying Ireland at the moment because we only have 1 navy ship and they have 9 ships that can come down and just sink our ships. Like Iceland. Not. I wouldn't mind the United Kingdom. Trying to bully us around because we generally, if we couldn't beat Iceland, we couldn't beat the Royal Navy. If they came around and started throwing their weight around, or any other country, strong country like France or anything with a navy, we could do fucking very little to stop them from coming over here with a big load of ships and saying this is our waters now. The Vikings are literally outcome. Yeah, like that's the worst part. Like I joked about that before, that Iceland could, like when I was talking about the Navy, that Iceland literally could come down with those 9 coast guard ships, but they do have a cannon or gun, like a main battery at the front of their ships, the same as the Irish Navy. But that's all of the Defence Forces, just the Coast Guard. They have no ground army. But generally, they could just come over here because there's actually only 1 ship in the whole Navy that's operational. But don't ask me where the fuck they got the manpower to man 9 ships. But anybody's guess how Iceland can afford to do that. And Ireland can't afford to do it. With nearly 5 million people, including, we can't put men on ships to patrol waters. So I generally don't know. But the Faroe Islands actually could come down here and take us over there. We be all speaking Icelandic. What did they speak in Iceland? They probably do speak English, don't they? Is it English or Icelandic? Hardly is such thing as that. It'd be Danish more because they're former. Like Faroe Islands would probably speak Danish because they are still a Danish colony, technically. But I don't know about Iceland. What will Iceland speak? They all speak Finnish. Let's see. I look it up actually. I'm actually curious. I hear there's volcanoes too up in Iceland. Oh, there actually is such thing as Iceland. Yeah, that's. I actually heard that before. Yeah. But how did that many people speak Iceland? Yeah. Like I heard that before. Yeah, I heard that before, but Icelandic language. It's probably easier to learn than any other language. Like the Faroe Islands obviously will speak Danish because they are really a Danish colony. Like the Faroe Islands, they're still basically part of Denmark, basically. You talk about Iceland song names, like fucking see Finnish song names and main names and stuff like that. You, like try and pronounce them. Like I know I've seen Icelandic song names and stuff. I don't know like who could read them. You know, I wouldn't like if they ever had to emigrate to, for example, leave Iceland or leave Finland. And told I'm not an Icelandic person here and trying to read their surname or trying to read their first name. Like, imagine if you were an employer or something and this person come looking for a job off you. You know, how could you read that name? Like, you know, in fairness, like, you know, I know there's some pretty weird names coming from fucking Timbuktu, saying they're from Ukraine and they're from Timbuktu, the back end of Africa or something like that. You know, I feel sorry for them too, but, you know, I don't think it's as bad as fucking that. But anyway, here, give me 2 seconds. I just the one downstairs. Yo, how we? Like old Irish names, do you? Yeah, like that's good. Yeah, yeah, like that'd be crazy trying to pronounce it. But yeah, so I suppose we move on to other stuff too. But I just thought that was funny. Like literally Iceland, Iceland, land of like just literally just sheep on the Faroe Islands, the same as the Falkland Islands, basically. But literally just sheep. And still, the Faroe Islands has a football team and stuff like that, and they could actually beat the Irish football team with literally no sweat. And that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Somehow, Veronese. Actually, I don't know about Veronese. Never heard much. I heard about Icelandic before. Peggy. Yeah. So let's go to Northern Sound for a second. So I'm sure people see me. I put up the video. I recorded the last night. I put up the video. So as you can see, this is Ballyconneach Garda station, where Sean Quinn and all that originated from. So it's quite a big station. You might not think it's big, but it's big enough. There's a big yard to it too. So it's a quite big Garda station. So I'm sure people probably, if you didn't see the video, would better. So it was previously 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 p.m., which is a long time. But see what the kind of Austin way they're doing at the moment. Like this is stupid nonetheless too. I forgot to mention the video, I think. But 7 a.m. in the morning to 9 p.m. Why would they not just do it until 1 o'clock in the day or so? If they're going to do it, like why different times of the day? Why just open at 7 to 9 and then the guards fuck off and go somewhere else, and then come back at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Like that makes no sense. It's each day, but why not? Like even though the original time, like the original time is not good, it should be a full time guard station because this is the thing. There's no Garda station around that area at all. It's the main Garda station for the whole. Like it is actually the main Garda station for the whole area, for that whole area, West Cavan. The nearest Garda station is Belturbet. So as you know, Bombay is not open. It was supposed to be open, but it's never opened up. Even though it's in the program for government, but look at the symbol Black Lion and Swan of our Garda stations are closed. So basically, it's more taking resources away. Even though you imagine years ago when the country didn't have the money, back in the 80s and 70s, and so people would say there was trouble at the time and stuff like that. But imagine there was actually money for that. To open Gouda stations, have Gouda stations open, have Gardaí and stuff, and there's no money nowadays to do it. I don't get you. Like, please explain something. Like, this is gone being shit. Everybody's just talking about false names. No, but it's idiotic. Like, it's like, that's just stupid. And especially what they're doing now is just stupid. Especially because they should just have it in the morning open, then have it open to 1 o'clock and so. But going back in the middle of the night, it's just stupid. The whole lot of it's just stupid. And the fact that they never bother to, it's a public service, the public pay for it on Garda Síochána. And the fact that they never bothered really to have a community meeting or anything, to have with local visions or into that, to talk to the people of the area. But no, they didn't do that. They didn't care to do it. Of course not. So on Garda Síochána are really well liked by the public. Because you think they would have had a meeting and said, look at this is this, or that's that, and they does this, but they didn't do that. But that's just the way it goes, I suppose. But we see hopefully something to change, but I don't know. I think it's been finalised, and that's really it. Hello, Mason. How are you doing? How are you doing this Wednesday evening? Hope you're having a good week so far. It's madness. It is just madness. Hello, Fiona. How are you doing? I'm sure you're delighted with the news that our good friend Leo has decided to. I shouldn't say my good friend, but also, what the hell? Where is this now? So I just have to get news brought into me. There's nice 2 potholes here. If you're going through Shercock, outside Crosscutters and Shercock and County Cavan, they're nice potholes. I hope I'm not going to resign. Are you going to resign? What for sign from? Resign from what? But I'm supposed to resign from I don't know, Timbuktu. But hello, Shawnee. How are you doing? Nobody delighted with the news, so everybody's resigning. Celebration, yeah. How? Some celebration. Oh, I hear. Oh dear, the chat's speaking Finnish. Speaking of Finnish and speaking of Finland, have to my sources in the Department of Finnish Intelligence, the Secret Bureau of who contract me to help Irish democracy. I've kindly spotted the stream to show this, so it's a great honor to be spotted by the Finnish Intelligence Service, of course. So you've probably seen this. The World Happiness Report is out. So Denmark, Finland obviously number 1 for the 7th year in the row. May I add, like 7 years being the happiest country in the world. So Denmark, the Icelandic Navy is really helping them out, but Israel, who cares really? But yeah, it's surprising that the Netherlands is happier than Norway. I understand Sweden. Sweden wouldn't be that nice at the moment, I suppose. But you can see the Scandinavian countries are still very high up. Finland, Denmark, not the Netherlands. Iceland is, but I suppose you could call it Scandinavian. Like the Nordic countries, I suppose. Iceland wouldn't be included in the Nordic countries. But yeah, look at Ireland. Look at us down here compared to Finland and the Nordic countries. Like, we're a modern country. And like, the reasons why I went through the World Happiness Report when I was here is because corruption in this country, and just like even just housing yourself is a challenge. So that's why majority of people don't, and there's no trust in society too. Australia stuff like that. But see, I suppose we're not even lower. Like, I would nearly say, like, it keeps going. I can understand Afghanistan not happy. I suppose we're not just down at the 90th spot or something like, because people just like, the main thing that's wrong with this country is the Irish government. Like, that's really what holds us back. Like, we should probably be. I know we never be as happy as Finland and Denmark and Iceland. Like, we should be 5th or 4th at most. But yeah, we live in a country that they simply do not give a shit about happiness. in this country. Wait, no, it's all the Scandinavian. No, the ammunition never go up high. Maldives and Singapore. No, there's always the Nordic countries. Like Finland's always been the 7 years, would you believe? It's always been either Finland, Denmark, or Norway and Iceland. All kind of up there. Because again, it's such a high standard of life. People live longer and stuff like that. The high social protection, the welfare state, free universities, free healthcare, free education. It's better than this fucking cutting bastard place. Oh yeah, I know the media having a big freak out over that. I don't think she's missing, but she's somewhere. It's kind of exclusive. Like the media is just having like the Irish media particularly is having a fucking like I don't know, being Westbird 2.0, but the Irish media literally having a fit over it. Yeah, it is high. Like I do think, like generally, as I showed you there a second ago, I think we should be down at 90. Not because that we're miserable people, we're not fun people. Like Irish people are they are good crack. Yeah, like I know people say that, but we are good natured people. We are good people. The Irish people are good people. But it's the government, it's unhappiness. Like I wouldn't blame Irish people for losing heart and losing trust in society and stuff like that. Because when you don't, particularly a young person, you come out of college, there's no work there. All this stuff, it does affect it. And not being able to afford the rent, not being able to afford a house, not being able to afford a car, it does hit Irish people. It does, expenses are too high. Like that's what I'm saying. Like apart from that, this country is a great country. Like we will admit that it is a really, really good country. But it's the government that fucks us. The same majority of the countries now, it's the government that fucks you over. If there wasn't such thing as a government, people would be more happier. But the Irish people are good people. Like we are good people. We're well liked around the world. We see on St. Patrick's Day. We wouldn't be such like in America and stuff. Like we just see how much we're liked across the world. No matter St. Patrick's Day parades and stuff like that. Like we're well liked. If we wouldn't well liked as a people, as a race, we wouldn't be having that reception in the United States and stuff like that. If we wouldn't like it all. But we are good people. We've worked hard throughout the generations, and it shows that people do have loads of respect for Irish people, and that we are generous and kind people who want to do right things and help each other. And that's what matters. But thanks, mate. That's nice, yeah. But you get what I'm saying. It's the government. The main thing that has held us back. I went through it. Is really housing. It specifically says house, but they're right in that, and homelessness too. There's no homelessness. There's literally nobody homeless in Finland. Like quite literally, it's probably barely 20 people homeless in the whole country. So that obviously compared to 13,000 homeless here, you probably wouldn't be too happy with that. Not even that. And it does say about corruption and trust in society, like in government and local government and different things. Like there's no trust. Like, nobody trusts the government here. Like in the Scandinavian countries, you pay high taxes. This is the way it goes. Like you pay high taxes, but you get great services out of it, and your money goes to a good place. It helps out people and stuff like that. Over here, you pay. I don't know where half my taxes go to. To be totally honest here, because it just seems to go down a black hole and it doesn't come back. Because we pay a huge amount of money in tax here, and fucking God only knows where it goes to. But it doesn't benefit anybody in this country. They're just true to be graced with Santa's person. Of course, exactly. Of course, I agree. Of course, if Santa left in the morning, Finland would be down in 156th place. Same with the US. Yeah, like the United States is not doing good. Like I read about the United States. This one. They do work in the World Happiness Report that it is social media and stuff like that. And particularly the divide at the moment. What I could read in the World Happiness Report, it's the divide within Republicans and Democrats. It's tearing the country apart and stuff like that, in a way. And it's kind of affecting the younger people, more in the United States, the younger people in Western Europe, like Ireland and the UK too, take for example. Younger people are less happier than older people in the UK and in the US too. Well, it's not even that. In the US, young people can't get jobs, can't get proper jobs where they can afford a house and stuff like that. It's a lot of that, and it's political instability, I suppose, too. But that's what it says in the World Happiness Report. It is. Not perfect. Yeah, well, but they are perfect. No country is perfect, but I generally do think Finland and the Nordic countries are the best kind of way of living. Like whatever Sweden, I don't think Sweden's too nice. at the moment with all the multiculturalism and stuff like that. But Finland does seem to have a good system. Like, it does seem to be a very, very good system. It generally does seem to be very, very good, and it seems to be very effective. So I do think it's a good. It's a country that we should look at. In terms of housing too, and homelessness, the Housing Force Initiative. Like, it's crazy. Like, it really shows you. Like, I always said this, but when you have a government and stuff like that, it really shows what to do something. You just look at what the government in Finland did in the 80s in Finland, in terms of homelessness and stuff like that. Like, just look at the drop, and when the government does put their heart and soul into doing it, it can be done. It's not that it can't be done; it can be done if you put a whole focus on it. But over here, they just don't care, the politicians, because they're making money on it, and that's the way it is. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read in, like, there's a huge pages on each country describing each country and stuff like that, and what it is. Like Denmark, take for example, too. It's a good trust and stuff in the government, and not so much Sweden. They're saying about gang crime. They did mention about gang crime in Sweden. This is an effect. It is upsetting a lot of like Swedish people. Gang fights and shootings and bombings and etc. What's happening. So that does have an effect, obviously, because crime does have an effect, and it's a very safe country, Finland. There's not too many people in prison or stuff like over here. There's fucking God knows how many people in prison. But you get what I'm saying. But it is a good standard of living. Like, it generally is. If you ask any Finnish person, it is a good country. And a lot of people, as I say, Aaron only will remember, like, majority of young people nearly my age can nearly afford a house, or near enough afford a house, but you get them and say they're able to take out a bank loan and pay it off by less than 30 or 40 at most. Over here, you'll be nearly 90 by the time you pay off your bank loan. You'd be literally dead in the ground before you would ever be able to own your house and stuff like that. Like I say, barely in Ireland, it's something like fucking like 70% of young people live at home because they can't afford a house. In Finland and stuff, it's barely 8%. Like, that just goes to show you. That tells you all you need to know. Yeah, we look at it more now in a second. I didn't read through everything. I've seen the United States, because the United States actually lost points more than they gained it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be with you. It's too warm in its fucking house. Oh, so yeah, changing my top. So what are we looking for here now? But I generally don't think Ireland's that thing. Yeah, affordable. They always move the goalposts over here. But look up the Finnish government's goals in the 80s. Like Finland used to have a huge amount of homelessness in the 80s and even before that, 70s and stuff like that. But they brought in this initiative, Housing Force and stuff like that in the 80s, and it really just took off from there. And it's barely maybe 30 people homeless in Finland at the moment. Like, it's non-existent. Like we're not socialism, but social democracy really done very good there. That's what like over here. I don't know, fucking just full on, just stupid. Like, not stupid, but the government just full on insanity, anarchist. Like, you see, I understand Sweden because they did mention the gang crime and stuff. The Netherlands, like, they're saying that people in the Netherlands are generally very happy with life and stuff like that. They're happy with everything in the Netherlands. To be totally honest, that's really what like Israel. I don't kind of get, but Luxembourg. Well, obviously Luxembourg too, because obviously it's a very rich country and stuff like that. Like New Zealand, everybody was talking about New Zealand. Like, New Zealand went down. New Zealand used to be in Norway or around here, Switzerland. Like, New Zealand, obviously, with just in the Ardorn and stuff like that, the stuff they were bringing in, the tyranny they were bringing in New Zealand. I can kind of see why people are very upset. Austria, I don't understand. Like, Australia, understand the good weather and stuff like that. People are happier. Canada, I don't know why you would be really happy, in Canada, like with Justin Trudeau being around. It's pretty frightening. Germany, the UK. Obviously, Mexico, 34, 36. Like, we should go down through the list. Like, it cuts off a bit. Like, why is there no 30? The 31st to see him. But they're probably smaller countries. Like, we kind of understand. We understand France too. They're not really too happy. But in Mexico, we can now understand with the drug cartels and stuff like that. Brazil, 49. Argentina. Well, Argentina, I think, is getting up. I think it should be really in Italy's place. But Italy, you can kind of understand too. But just landing on the shows 24 days, 7 days a week, it would make people probably pretty unhappy. Like look at China, whoa. Like people in China, well, obviously, it wouldn't be happy with the Chinese. It would obviously the Chinese Communist Party is taking part in that. But Colombia and too, obviously with ganglands and just drug cartels and stuff like that. Russia, obviously, generally people in Russia are unhappy. Like they are generally unhappy because there isn't that much to do in Russia. We don't answer. So, like Ukraine, Nigeria, Palestine, I can understand why Palestine you're unhappy at the moment. Iran, Turkey, like Afghanistan. Obviously, is just the worst place because obviously Afghanistan they have the Taliban there, and the country is just unstable altogether. Like it's in hostile relations with Pakistan at the moment, and that it's not much of a country. Basically, it's just kind of there. It can't function really too well. And understand Venezuela and South Africa and stuff like that. South Africa, I understand, but I have no issue with Finland, Denmark, and Iceland and the Netherlands. Well, not so much. I think the Norway should be probably in the Netherlands' place. But see, what they're saying in Norway, I read about Norway a bit. Like they're saying about Norway at the moment, I come to you in the moment, sorry. You're early, yeah, but it's you heard about Leo, I'm sure, Greenface. Yeah, the only reason why we're early because that I get to you 2 seconds. Just give me a sec. So the only reason why I say Norway should be probably here this year is because recently there's been a lot of homeless people around Oslo and stuff like that. They particularly said this, like in Norway, that the cost of living's gone up dramatically in Norway, and that homelessness has gone up a lot too. So that's why I perceive that they're there, because they used to be there in the Netherlands, like there used to be 2 places up, but still, nonetheless, that's better than where we are. Like we probably, like generally, we should be somewhere either 7th or 5th. Like we should be, because we are a modern country. We should be very proud of ourselves and happy, because I think the most important thing in life now is to be happy. And should obviously be healthy and well. Like I don't think money should matter, to be honest. Like obviously money's important and stuff like that, but I generally do think happiness is the best thing for somebody to experience. Because generally, like I mean to ask this, but just think about the poor people in Afghanistan having to live under the Taliban, and think about poor girls and stuff that can't get education, and not even that the country's just financially ruined, doesn't have any money, and doesn't have any services or anything really, any diplomatic relations with outside Afghanistan itself. Or we think about Palestine or Turkey or Egypt and stuff, particularly Egypt too. Egypt's not the nicest country. I wouldn't advise anybody to ever travel to Egypt anyway. But you can kind of get that. Oh my god, it's got very fuzzy invite. Is my camera okay, please? I put on the light. It's starting to get up, but in a week's time now. Yeah, then the light's better enough at the moment. In a week's time now, we won't find it to Well, I think the main thing that's really I didn't read up on Spain what's happened, because they do have a report on each country and stuff why they came to that focus. But I presume too with Catalonia, wanting to declare independence, it's kind of probably fraction in the country a bit, and not even that too. You can't really understand what I'm saying. Coveney ruled himself. That's what was coming in, isn't it? So it probably will be head of hub for him, because Coveney probably was the most likely candidate. But I hope you're doing well, Greenface. Sorry, I meant to say hello to you, but I was in the middle of talking. So that's why I see. I didn't know where. Yeah, look up. Like I've shown videos before of it. Like look up any video on the House in Force in Finland on YouTube, and you see about it. There was one done by the BBC. Well, that book. So yeah, so the news coming in at the moment. So Leo Varadkar has ruled himself out to become the EU commissioner, as you know, Ursula von der Leyen was like her term was nearly up, and remain a Fine Gael TD for Dublin West into the next election. He doesn't know where he won in the next elections. We don't know yet, I believe. So yeah, so we don't know what's happening yet in terms of that. Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to bring you that because I just seen that there pop up. Well, I'm missing a lot of Luxembourg is heavily marketed for immigration in recent years. Yeah, well, there's not much there's not much space in Luxembourg. They got really just 5.5 million people. Discriminate the country, yeah. I don't know. It's probably Italian people are happy enough. Like they're generally happy, content in life. And it's supposed to. The thing about Finland too is they did find too, is that people are contempt. You know the way in Ireland, if you had a good job and stuff like that. Oh, I want a bigger house, I want a new cow and stuff like that. I can't tell you the amount of teachers I knew in schools and stuff like that. They weren't happy with their cows and got bigger cows and better cows just to show off and stuff like that. In Finland, they're like, yeah, I own my house and stuff like that. I don't care after that. They're just happy with what they have, and they're not always wanting something new and something this and that and the other. They're just content in life, and that's the word they use, contempt. Like they're happy with their life. They're not looking for more and more and more. Like in society nowadays, we always want more. Like people want more and more and more. It's just consumerism. Like you want more stuff. You're not happy with what you have. You have a house, you have a car, you have a family. You don't want a fucking mansion. Or everything under the sun. You get what I'm saying? But in Finland, people just kind of content with what they have. Yeah, moved to Colombia, yeah. But they're all very unhappy countries in South America, really. Apart from, you could say Ecuador too. Ecuador's happy enough. It does look to be. What am I saying? Egypt got physically. Yeah, like Egypt's the pyramids obviously nice, but there's a lot of you look up any video in Egypt, people don't have a good time there. Particularly foreigners and stuff. They don't like on, like they're always trying to heckle you to buy stuff and harass you and stuff like that. That's what happens in Egypt. So it isn't the best country to live in. And not even that, if I brought on the phone or brought on the camera into the airport, they'd scrutinize you like you were a spy, that you were working for a foreign government and stuff like that. They're very paranoid, the Egyptian authorities. So, and they overcharge foreigners too. If you took a taxi ticket, they charge you 50 times as more, just because you're a foreigner and stuff like that. So they'll be held offence. And then if you took offence to and the police came along, the police would side with the other person because they don't like you because you're a foreigner. Just because they want money out of you too. So they would charge you they would get away from the police, basically. Yeah, I'll get to that. Give me 2 seconds. And yeah. Japan, I think, is high enough, yeah. Give me a second. Like it's not on the bottom of this. Like Korea is, I understand Korea. Like you would know Korea probably on top of you. I can understand why they'd be in 52nd. It's 57. What was you asking for Japan? 47. Like it is high. It is high, but it's so South Korea is very low at 70, 57. So I couldn't speak. You can even understand that with North Korea. It's not the best place to be. Like to be situated, I suppose, with a country that is just a rogue state, really. 47 is Japan. Well, I can get Japan too, because obviously, as you said, with immigration and stuff like that. And not even that. I think it's the birth rate too. A lot of people are very annoyed about the birth rate. Because it's very bad now in Japan. Yeah, so Japan is 47. And but obviously, like, where am I here? Brazil, Argentina is in between them. So Brazil is 49, and I don't have the full report. Let me see. That's only some of the countries. But there's a quite big gap, yeah, for being beside each other. But yeah, there we are. 7 years in a row, just to say Finland. 7 years in a row. Like that's quite impressive. I don't think Ireland was ever the happiest country in the world. Yeah, but I can kind of see the Nordic in Iceland too. Like I looked through what Iceland and stuff they said about Iceland, so I can kind of see in Denmark too. Like people are happy with just everything in Iceland. Like they're happy with the government. They're happy with, they're happy. Like they generally are happy with the government, and that's the main thing. Like they trust the government and stuff like that. Like that's that's the main thing here. Like it's trust. It goes down to the basic function of society and everything. It's just trust, that you have trust in society and trust in the government and stuff like that. That's just the main function of any democracy, that you have trust. That's how things can function. When you have trust, that everybody trusts each other and works together. And that's why they know the countries are, because they have trust in each other. Like Ireland, you couldn't trust the government. Like you generally couldn't. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do it even if you wanted to. Long it was in Magdalene, built by the people's mighty hands. Yeah. So yeah, as I said about the United States, so obviously young people in the United States are very unhappy, going by what I've read and stuff like that. People are just not happy. So it's understandable, really. Pig Gilly. Yeah. So what do we think of that too? I know I'm being paid by the Finnish government. Simon House, would I buy a second can? Well, you're offering me to buy a second-hand can of. I wouldn't. I wouldn't give him fucking tuppence. I wouldn't buy a fucking egg of him, letting alone fucking cow. I wouldn't give him fucking tuppence. I wouldn't. I wouldn't fucking buy a fucking. I wouldn't buy a fucking milk off, letting alone fucking the second-hand can. I wouldn't give him 5 cents, letting alone 20,000. Yeah, but the thing probably about that is the threat of communism would have been huge. Oh yeah, we're not one for the Fine fucking Gael leadership. Yeah, Simon Coveney just ruled himself out. So it's going to probably be. I say it could be Heather Hopkinson. You know, I don't think Helen McAtee is not going to run for it. Helen McAtee is generally not going to do it because she knows like people don't like her. You know. So what do we take? And particularly going back just to what Fiona said, obviously nuclear war and stuff like that would have been a quite concern, but not in the 50s. In the late 50s, you would say nuclear war was a good concern from a lot of Americans. Yeah, the finance minister. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I seen about it. Yeah, I seen about that. The hate speech legislation. Hello, yeah, but it's just kind of you know, I suppose the way you say there was somebody with a good public image. Well, not really a good public image, but you know, something that's not, you know, like nobody's going to put Simon Howes in. Like, let's put that way. Nobody likes Simon Howes, so you know, they're not going to do that because why would they shoot themselves in the foot again? So they probably would do that because nobody's going to put Helen McAtee into that position. Like, nobody's going to do it because nobody likes Helen McAtee. So, even though not many people like Heather Hopkins, but you know, she might be just the best out of a bad lot, if that makes any sense. Just for them to look a bit good, you know. Because there's not that much good they can do at the moment. So I don't know, but that's just me. Yeah, but Scotland too. I seen Police Scotland done a course for police officers and stuff, and we're treating stuff and tried to think about what they were treating and stuff like that, and to question it and stuff like that. And if it's harmful or something like that, oh yes, don't do that. If it's saying something that we don't like, you know, don't we treat it? So lecturing them, saying what to be treated and what not to be treated. And all the police had to take it over them, isn't it great? But as I say, if you think it's bad for Fianna Gael and Fianna Fáil now at the moment, like wait until you see if they try to bring in this hate speech bill, how bad it's going to get for them. If they generally go down that road, you know, they might as well just blow up the whole party basically. Because you know what's happening at the moment, a lot of people are very annoyed and upset about the hate speech bill. They could bring inside a 50-50, they're going to, or they're not going to do it. Because they are kind of holding back a bit, I suppose, from doing it. Because they know people are not happy. That's why people are not happy. Because you've been called far right extremists and stuff like that. And that's what they're calling people, people, you know, the voters, the people who elect them. So that's not going too well for them, you know, because you can kind of see they're just nobody likes them. They put in nice thumbs. Yeah, so I don't think Simon Howes is going to be. If they put Simon Howes in, or you want just a minute, whatever, but what they call Hilda Gow Nocton. Excuse me, sorry, I had to keep thinking for a second. Whatever about her, maybe. Just to say, you know, this. because she is the government chief whip and stuff like that, so they could do that. You know, we're lucky we didn't put a bet on Ewan Only and Sean. I would be taking off a lot of money now. Yeah, well, the Saracen situation, the Saracen housing situation, just everywhere. Like, there's not one county in Ireland, one part of the country that's not in disaster. Like in Cavan at the moment, if you want to rent a house, guess how many houses have been rent? I think, look, I heard about it was 8 houses the weekend gone by from last week. Basically, there was only 8 houses in the whole county to rent, like for someone to rent, and the wages prices, just to say. And unless you had €800, please, a week, you're not going to get a house. I think maybe it was one. Sorry, it was one of 500. So 800, 500 a week. If you're willing to pay that, then you could get the house. Including then obviously other bills on top of it too. You're not just you don't get a free ticket. So and that's just in Cavan. Like that's in the whole of County Cavan. Just think it was every part of the county. Only 8. Yeah, but nobody that like they really want to save face. Like if I was Fine Gael at the moment, I probably shouldn't be giving them this advice. But you need somebody that's generally not known really too well. And somebody that doesn't have a reputation of being a rat, basically, or being Hellamac or anything like that wants to bring in hate speech and stuff like that. It's not the best idea. You might as well just shoot yourself in the foot. Like you need somebody who's a bit liked, if that makes sense. Well, not liked, but not known too well, by the general public. If that makes any sense. Imagine if they just say to the Green Party, imagine if the Green Party goes to them now in the morning and it says, we cut you a deal. Guess who's going to be the leader? Eamon Ryan. Imagine that he fucking destroyed the country. Well, to be totally honest, he'd be asleep half the time, so it wouldn't matter. And boom, Fine Gael. He might leave too. Like the whole lot of them might just run now, because a lot of them are not going to be re-elected. So so they might just cut and run. Because as I say, 9 Fine Gael TDs is a lot to say that's not going to go. Like that's a lot. No, I don't want to be Taoiseach. I'm fine. No, I'm happy. No, I'd be grand. No, I don't want to be Taoiseach. Somebody else could do it. We'll put in fucking Danny Healy-Way as Taoiseach. Imagine Danny Healy-Way going over to Europe or something that, like it'd be quite shenanigans. But let's be fair, if Danny Healy-Way became Taoiseach, now the only thing that'd be done in the country is there'd be fucking everything. Like they literally would have palaces in Kerry and stuff like that. There'd be literally everything would be given to Kerry. Like there'd be big fucking roads the size of fucking roads in China. Like there'd be endless amounts of money given to Kerry, and every other part of the country would just starve. Because it'd be just all about Kerry. Like the hell with the rest of the country. Everything, like quite literally for everything for Kerry. Do you remember when Mikey Healy-Way, literally in the Oireachtas committee, when a good friend from the IFA, what they call him, John Delaney, he was scrutinising him over what he was doing because we all know the IFA are basically the same as fucking OT, they're a bit fucking scummy. Come on. Which one and where? Which one? But you know what I'm saying? I do the Cavan Call gratefully. Yeah, I can shout abuse at someone. And someone will cause trouble. Order! Get out of the fucking place, you poor bastard. It'll be good fun. I can get the bell and just fling it at them. Something like that. Oh no, I fucking go mad. I wouldn't have to tap them if somebody wasn't listening and stuff like that. Because I understand why there's a time limit and stuff like that, but but some of them will really test your patience. Here, yeah. Yeah, like at the House of Commons, you get a headache. I don't know how anybody can sit in the House of Commons because the old traditions of like they're kind of moaning or grunting or whatever. Like, how can anybody sit in the House of Commons and listen to that all day? Like it's just a madhouse, the House of Commons. Yeah, they actually do sound possessed. Like you generally couldn't make out anything anybody's saying. Like at least in the Irish Parliament, some way professional. Like you don't fucking hear people just yell. Fuck, I don't even know what you would call it, howling or something like that. Like they sound possessed. Like they generally do in some regards. Also, everybody knows about a good friend, Lisa Chambers, claiming €27,000 in expenses for going halfway around the country to get to Leinster House. Isn't it great? That's not even just her wage of 80K a year. That's added on, of course. So maybe 120,000 or so a year. It's very reasonable, isn't it? That you take the scenic route. Anybody but anybody else for teacher. Anybody but Leo. That's what I'm trying to say. We take anybody. We get Peter. We get Peter in here too. Because I think Leo has lived his outlived. What do you call his days. Like there's an endless amount of people running for Europe. Like it's insane the amount of people running for Europe. There's more people running for Europe than is from the local authority. I don't get it. Like as I said before, generally I couldn't care too less about Europe. To be totally honest with you. Like the European Parliament and stuff, I just generally couldn't give a shit about them. Come out about Leo. I think something's going to. Well, Leo's already broken every rule in the book, so I don't think there's much more that can come out about him. Because he already broke the rule in terms of standing out in the election set and campaigning, but nothing's ever going to be done about that. But then again, remember when he leaked the documents and stuff? Like he might have. I think we could write a book on that stuff Leo's done wrong. To be totally honest with you. That's to be totally honest with you. So who do we think anyway that's going to be the leader? I don't think there's anything else yet about it. What am I looking at here? Well, Simon Coveney ruled himself out, but he ruled himself out. Simon Coveney ruled himself, so he's not going to seek it. And that's what he says at the moment. He's already going to. So you're going with Helen McAtee. You're going with Helen, because he did say there that he wasn't. He did admit that he wasn't going to look for it. So presume on his word that he's not going to seek it. He's there or no, he's not paying attention. If you'd like a teacher in school, I just point to the board and say, "I'm not paying attention. Not paying attention." I used to hate teachers in school when they'd be like, "Oh, you're not paying attention." So like we were just all zombies, just get sick of listening to them, and we wouldn't be paying attention or anything. Stuff like that. No. Yeah, he's well known for that now. We're not going into any more details about it, but you have a job there if he gets kicked out. Well, you probably get into OT if he got kicked out of government. You get into OT, you get a nice handy job at OT. It'd be quite handy because his brother's already there, so you might as well go and join him at this stage. Yeah, I think so. I think he's still married to his husband. I think so. I'm not. Yeah, I presume so. Yeah, but his husband was over in Washington with him when he was over with the president. He went with him, so I presume so because there's a picture of him with Kamala Harris and they were together. Like her husband with him was with her, and Leo's husband was with him on the steps of someplace. I just seen that on Twitter the other day. I think it was up in Kamala Harris's thing. That's who we'll get to be Taoiseach. Kamala Harris. We got Kamala Harris to give us a call. Imagine that Kamala Harris becomes Taoiseach. Kamala Harris, the Taoiseach. Oh no. Yeah, she actually quite literally is. Yeah. She quite literally is just the OC of Ireland. Like, she quite literally is. Even though I want to rant and wave for a few minutes. The boys in blue, the boys in blue, the boys in red, boys in red. Dum ba dum bum 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 bum. Bigly, with the bigly. I hate this. What is this? Why is that like that? I don't know. Don't know, but I don't really know what. Remember this? I think I showed this before. Ooh. Like, remember this? Like, remember this? Like, this person saying about hoping Santa went there, and then he was like, "Nope, I regret this instantly." No, I regret my, he'd be one for the European account. Oh, is he? Just checking out. He'd be one of in which in the European Union, you mean, or the local authority, you mean? I presume European, you mean? You're talking about. I have to check it out now. Just give me a second. If it would load, that'd be nice. Yeah, but where am I? I can look that up now. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Take me a while. There's so many people have to go through on this true. Obviously, the best luck to fill up if you go whichever election. I have to find it. I just find that now. Okay, I see what you're just saying. Yeah, I have to listen. Actually, we listened to it for a second. Yeah, because in June. But which one? I wonder.
Journalist and a member of the party Ireland First, and I'm delighted to announce that I'll be running in the European election.
Oh, the European election.
The number one reason that I've decided to run is for the children of this country and the Irish nation. It needs people with responsibility to stand up for what's right, and that's what I guarantee I'll do as an elected representative and a servant of the public. We need to control our immigration, we need to be real, and we need to stop listening to these insane voices telling us that we can sustain the rest of the world in Ireland.
Oh, that's
it's just not possible. It's now become abundantly clear that the Irish people have awoken up to the corruption that's been taking place in this country and in the European Union. Now you have a party and you have individuals to vote for in these upcoming elections. Ireland needs to be saved, and if we don't save it soon, it'll never be saved.
Okay, that's well, all the best available on that. Let me see. I keep getting confused. What is the European constituency? I know there's 3 European constituencies in Ireland. I don't know. He's probably the Dublin to be the Dublin area constituency. Because I actually didn't actually even look to see who's my European. Like, I didn't look at that yet. European, what they call European area constituencies. The area, I don't know what they call it, electoral. I never really cared about the European Union. European election. But all the best. put this down. Ooh, moment. Yeah, like oh yeah, so I see now. So Dublin's its own thing. So you can see in the corner here. Yeah. So yeah. So South is so I'd be in the Midlands Northwest. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, so I would be able. I was going to say I could vote for him, but he's in Dublin. Yeah, Dublin's his own thing. Yeah. Yeah. See, I never cared about the European Parliament. I heard of it before Midlands, not in South. Yeah, but I never really cared about the European Parliament. If that makes any sense, it just never really came to mind, you know. But all the best, Tim, definitely all the best. So we probably have it'd be 13 MEPs, wouldn't it? That'd be a part of the Oh, it doesn't matter, same thing. You know, I get what you're saying. But just I never really passed much marks the like European level. I always really cared about local level and national level. I never cared about European level because that's how you make a difference. Not with the Victorians, I never really cared for the European Union. I couldn't go over to Brussels and listen to loads of French and German people telling me what to do and how high Ireland should jump and what should we do for them. And I couldn't listen to it. I generally couldn't stand Brussels. I couldn't listen to it. Yeah, I couldn't listen. I can take a lot for someone to have, like in fairness, all these people going for that. I take my hat off to them because, you know, how could you listen to them? You know, oh, it's the high game, isn't it? Land of the free, home of the brave, home of the brave. Pig Gilly. What was I going to say? Yeah. Yeah, and just imagine listening to all these people in Brussels and stuff like that. Like I generally couldn't do it, and especially because they'd be like making little of Ireland and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't be equal to them. You know, that makes no sense. But I'm sure like Philip would definitely be like fit to tell them where to go and give them a good answer. You know, we'll see what happens. We won't find it actually. We'll be in a few months' time. We'll be always talking about it. Yeah, so I just wanted to. I know everyone only asked me earlier on about this. He wanted to know the truth. So yeah, there's a whole YouTube video on it. I linked it earlier on, so definitely watch this. So the mayor of Helsinki spoke a bit about stuff about happiness and stuff like that. Mostly cheerful. Like you can kind of just read through this now and just to understand. But I thought this was an interesting line. Where was it? The most cheerful people in the world. So, but of course, we have a good nation, but we have a good society. I think that's a very, very good line. Like we have a good nation, a good society. Like I think that's really, really good. I don't think you ever hear Leo or anything coming out of that. That's a really, really good line. We have a good nation, a good society. Like it's always good to hear that, and it is true in a way. It is a good society and a good nation. The same as Ireland, but obviously, I don't know about politicians. You know, I don't think we could equally say we have a good society and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But I think that's really, really a good statement for anybody ever to say. Pay Galley with the fucking sign up. They always want me money. Fuck you. Yeah, not getting any money out of me. Yeah, so the only thing in Finland just to mention too was that people on the 30 are slightly unhappy, not overwhelmingly unhappy, but they're happy enough, basically. Makes sense. But I just thought that was an interesting thing to add. Yes, we're not going to go there. We don't want to go there. Yeah, I seen it. You know, it's terrifying. We're not going to lie to you. So we're not going to go there because unless you want nightmares, you know, we probably shouldn't go there. It was literally probably would give people nightmares. I don't know what London people thought about people when we went over there. Anyway, we'll probably be going in a few minutes' time. We'll probably go at 7:30 or so. We're a bit early tonight. We're far ahead of ourselves tonight. I just put on this. Land of the free, home of the brave, home of the brave. What am I doing here? Woke Central. I don't know. I think she's Anarchy Center. Anarchy Center. Like, I think she's just a total anarchist. Really, honestly. That's I remember. Some so-called journalists. I think people remember, but they remember the all about on Twitter saying, "Oh, number 40 is the answer to everything. Like, she should be the new next Taoiseach." And everybody laughed at him, that journalist. Like, literally, this journalist literally wrote a whole article. A so-called journalist wrote a whole article saying how great number 40 was and stuff. It was sponsored and written and everything by number 40. But literally, everybody laughed at him. Everybody literally, like, this journalist probably doesn't have a job now because he's the gaslighting was off the charts. It was the most utter propaganda you could ever see, and everybody laughed at him on social media. Like, I still have PTSD because I was the Leaving Cert group. Do you remember we were fighting for the predicted grades and stuff? I was in that thing, like, in that group, and it was just terrifying. Just all that experience and everything. I have PTSD over it. Post-traumatic distress disorder. Oh no, don't say that, Shawnee. They'll be all after you. The Fianna Fáil gang will be after you. Vote no. Fianna Fáil. Yeah, well, obviously no. I thought you were saying you're going to put no on the ballot paper. Like, that's not how the local Tories and stuff work. But yeah, you get. I know what you're saying. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away. It's nearly time for Christmas again, boys. We're all looking forward to Christmas this year. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be with you in a second. Just the one downstairs. Hello, how are we doing? The year's flying. Yeah, it already is March the 20th, would you believe? A few more weeks and we're into April. So just think about that for a second. Like, it is flipping March. Like, it is actually March, passively. Like, it should be only the end of January, the beginning of February. Like, it's already March. So just to say, we're already in the summertime, basically. Yeah, and Easter's 2 weeks. Yeah, good. Then it'll be a good stretch in the evenings. Like, the time's probably going back next week. Is it this week? I don't know. Yeah, like it's got dark early enough this evening now. Like I had the blinds up for the beginning of the stream and stuff. It was blinding people. And let's soon ends too. In this week, it's next week. That's Good Friday. No, it's this week, isn't it? Yeah, on holidays. Friday week, yeah. See, I forget like I just go day by day at this stage because it's just far too much happening to go minute by minute and hour by hour, you know. Land of the free, home of the brave, of the brave. And Pokemon, and oh, should look at raw human on Taoiseach. The Irish Taoiseach. Where's Liz Truss these days? We need to hear the word the Irish Taoiseach. Tell the Irish Taoiseach. That's what we should call the Taoiseach, the Irish Taoiseach. Did you notice all of them behind him too when he's making the speech? It literally looked like there was somebody going to die. I think he forgot that. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a message. It's a sign. It's a sign, lads. Like, no one cares, really. Like, nobody's crying about it. I'm just looking through Twitter here. Nobody seems to be losing any sleep over it tonight now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hello Hopefully should probably be. Because she's somebody that's kind of unknown, but, you know, still known, you know. But, like, take, for example, like, I'm just going by reason, but maybe they don't see reason. That Simon Harris is not liked at all. And obviously, fucking the Minister for fucking Justice is despised bringing the hate speech bill in. So they'd be literally just shooting themselves in the foot if they want to encourage people to vote them, if they make a leader like that, you know. Or something that's unknown, you know, somebody that's really, really unknown, a backbencher or something that's not known. Yeah, like Leo Varadkar, wanted to offend us all before he left. Yeah, so he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care about offending people. Like, he's offending everybody every day of the week in this country. So good riddance that he's on. Yeah, really excited. Yeah, like, see, it was funny, many people said about it to me, about the no vote. Do you remember when the no was up to, like, there was no celebration or nothing like that. Everybody was just kind of, we did it. Yes. And that was it. It was very sample. It wasn't much celebration about it and stuff like that. It was all very modest, if it makes any sense. Like, I think people should celebrate the weekend, obviously, of course, and stuff like that. But hopefully the person as it comes in is not just 10 times as bad, you know. Let's put it that way. Because it can only get worse, really. Yeah, that's the story, you know. Really, exactly. It's terrible how dark it got quickly, but dark, not fully dark. Oh, well, Charlie Flanagan's going, isn't he? Well, he could probably be the Taoiseach for a while until he goes. But he's going in the next election, isn't he? Like, he's fucking off. He has enough of it all. He's going for the Olympics, I hear. Also, this is Leo's new job. He's going for a job in Lidl. Lidl's actually put up an ad saying they take him on. There's a picture of Leo in a Lidl's costume. Yeah, you're damn right. It would be. Yeah, then he can bring back the black and tans. Yeah, like he could get a job in Lidl. That's probably the place for him. Like, let's be fair, I never forget what Mikey Hillyway said once to the Labour Party. If you wouldn't TDs, you'd be in trouble. Because they actually would have to do something then. They actually have to go and get a job and work like you and I have to do. We can't just sit down and be politicians and stuff like that. We have to do work to pay our wages and stuff like that. Yeah, they wouldn't probably even take like the majority of these TDs wouldn't know their ass from the elbow. They wouldn't be able to lift a bit of rubbish on the street and put it into the bin. Like they generally couldn't do it. They wouldn't know how to do it. The same with many things. Like the two laddie da. Inflation and occupation. No, sorry, peaceful reunification. And obviously referendum, of course, too. And 99.9%. It'd be the same as the Washington elections. It'd be totally fair, legit, great opposition and stuff like that throughout each one. It suddenly wouldn't just go missing and stuff like that. It wouldn't happen. It doesn't happen. Frances Fitzgerald, oh God, no. Well, she's leaving as an MEP. She's running away from the European Parliament. Like, she's in the European Parliament, that's her job. And she's running away. She's enough. So we're live for another 10 minutes, Anna, and then we be chipping off. We be chipping down the road there, Jesus. Chip down the road every day. Yeah, what's this? I play Pokemon Go. Pierce Doherty. Oh, Pierce Doherty. Yeah. I thought it said Pierce Doherty because I'm going to election Labour on Sinn Féin's eye. We don't want that. Well, to be totally honest, it probably will be a Sinn Féin government the next election. Like, that's going to be fucking. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. I don't know. It's hard to know. Yeah, probably was, unfortunately. So I don't know if it can get any better. Pig, this pen falls all the time. If you had a compilation of all the pens that fell, it would be a mess. Yeah, he's just out. He's just out and about, and the Kenny. Well, the care on the road. They're just having the tune, singing in the background. So yes. So anything else said before we go? Any other news or anything that I haven't covered? I know all the news has just been basically about Leo. There's nothing else really on the agenda. Oh no, the ghost of Charlie Haughey. No, God, no, we don't want that. We don't want Charlie Haughey now. Which Charlie Holly was liked by the old folk and stuff like that, but he was the biggest crook going. Literally, and well, there's a lot of crooks now. I can't give him credit for being the biggest crook going. There's a lot of crooks. Oh no, not Paul Keogh, whatever, but anybody else. Don't get Paul Keogh into that. Paul Keogh wouldn't get in. He can't. He doesn't have the temperament to be. Do you remember when he was literally there, fucking saying to people, "Oh, I commanded you not to go on Twitter," like literally lecturing a citizen of the country. I thought you were fucking whatever he said to the post, and then literally treating the Donald Trump to suck it up and stuff like that. And then literally being racist to one person at one stage. But I don't know. Yes, no, we're not. Sorry, the voting boxes have been sent to Leitrim. What I mean by that is the ballots, of course, so they can peacefully unify. Oh, Paul, yeah, I think you'd be Paul probably for your expansion. Yeah, I was not that. Roscommon doesn't need the field. We have no worries with Roscommon. It's Monaghan then. We have to look at the Monaghan issue. Then maybe we can come back to Roscommon. So be aware. Be like Larry Anderson or something like that. Just do that, be aware of what's coming. Be aware. Like no. What's it like? It's like that, isn't it? The Mullen issue. Yeah, I have to actually see because I actually don't even know my channel. Fucking yo. Where am I? Can I find it? Can we fix it? No, we can't. The Mullen issue, yeah, and then there's the what's the coming. What am I looking on? What's it like? Like the thing. Piggy. I don't know what's the story with this. Like, why is all bodies being found in Monaghan? What are they doing? Like, I don't get it. What's happening? To be honest with you, I genuinely don't know. I don't know myself. Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. So, I don't know why. Like, there was body found with a woman, and there was a man's body found. Like, there seems to be a mass murder on the case. Wished. Oh no. Yeah, not the thumbnail, but the channel banner, not the profile picture, but the banner, Where is my channel? Actually, I could have fucking showed you on the computer. What am I sitting here gaslighting myself? Not gaslight, but acting the bollocks. Peggy. Yeah, please, can I see the fucking thing? Thank you. Please, can I see the yoke? Let me see my channel. I can just go here. Never mind. What a day at the office. Yeah, it's anything I'm showing here now that is whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, I noticed that myself, but I don't know why. Maybe that's why not many people come in because they think it's a finished stream or something like that. Like, I don't know why. I don't even have that set to come on. Like, I don't know why. So I don't know why it comes up. Don't ask me why, but it always changes back later. Because you'd be wondering why people, like, you can see here, this is my profile. Like, you can see this is my profile, but I never changed it. You can see the videos and stuff underneath. You can just see it. Like, that's very small. You can't really much about it. That's what always comes up for whatever reason. Don't know why. Like, I noticed that myself. I tried to fix it because I generally don't really want that as my main thing coming up all the time. But sure. Who knows? Don't know. YouTube's just been a trouble. keep it. We probably will keep it because it's been that long happening. I just said, fuck it, leave it. Like, I looked into it 3 or 4 times and it never changed. So even though I actively said, I don't want to change. But you will not seek the party. Big. Oh, yeah. If Simon Coveney is the deputy leader of Fine Gael. I forgot about that. Keep it type. Tony Blair. Who is this then? What? I'm a bit confused now. Yeah, but I say we will keep it, so Evan only can have his girlfriend still in it too. Because that's the only reason why Evan only's in here, because he sees that picture and he's like, yes. Fuck you. This is Regina Dawsley. Who's this? Yeah. What is a woman? And if you ask any TD that, they wouldn't answer. But the majority of the TDs, I know. We should message some of the TDs and ask what's a woman. So yeah, any other things to ask when before we go? I'm just doing another check to see if I talk about everything what at the top of it. Yes, I know, but the World Economic Forum exactly. The young leader by the World Economic Forum might get Klaus Schwab's job. Wait to state the obvious. Yeah, that's an obvious statement right there. Yeah, well, what's a woman? Junior thought the what the fuck? Yeah, ask that to owner, but he might tell you a different story. What is happening here? Is Mosh on today? Okay, that could be took up in a different way now, but okay, I get what you're saying. Because there's many things you could say Mush for, but I hope not, because that'd be very unparliamentary discipline. Yeah. Some people take it up the wrong way. Get your mind out of the gutter, as people say. Everything's fucking. I had to get something to stop these pens. Yeah, it's good heating for the fire, but don't let Eamon Ryan see you doing. Of course he is. I don't really know. Like I haven't. I know obviously that Delbert is one of them. Fell dry on a few others. And obviously that was Freedom Party. Him and Kelly and them are one. Like, it's hard to remember, to be honest. Like, obviously we'll look into everybody, of course. But obviously we'll look into the MVPs and stuff before I vote. So we see what happens. Piggy. But anyway, I think we leave it there before Sean gives more abuse. So because it's irresponsible misbehavior. But yeah, I think we leave it there. What do you mean? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I presume, like, as I said before, I meant you heard me probably talk for an hour nearly about this before. See, it's better than you rather be independent so you can make your own policies and stuff. Like, you don't have somebody over you telling you what to do and how to do it. And like, I know from when I was in Sinn Féin and stuff, like, you were bullied into doing things if you disagreed with it. You were bullied to have a certain opinion and stuff like that. And if you wouldn't flip your opinion to suit them, you'd be ostracized and ostracized and stuff like that. It's better to be on your own and stuff like that, so you can have your own policies. You can be flexible. You can talk to people. You can engage with people more than a political party. Because you see with the political establishment at the moment, the main political parties in the state are co-opted. So we see how we go. But you get what I'm saying. That's the main reason I think why. But I think that's the main reason why now. Hello, Elizabeth, how are you doing? Shouldn't be posting leave in there. Told her never watch the talk my door again. She was she hung up. Yeah, well, they shouldn't hung up on people, but they do that. But no, knew Leo was going. No surprise. Well, I didn't know he was going. I was very shocked. I didn't think he randomly just leaves today. But yeah, if you don't want political leaflets and stuff like that, yeah, definitely make sure to tell them and stuff like that. But you could put two usually it does work. I've seen people often do, like, no joke, like, that stick on stuff, even though the probably would ignore it. Even having one of them around just for a while when they're coming around to the election, might help. But funny enough, actually, they knew Lee was going. But but I didn't know randomly though. I know they all knew. They all knew among themselves, definitely. Like, only Joe didn't know. Yeah, that makes any sense. I didn't have a clue. Oh no. This is irresponsible behavior. This is most unparliamentary language. But yeah, like, I haven't got one fucking leaflet yet. They must be all afraid to come near me. Like, I genuinely would go out and annoy them. Like, I would know a lot of them anyway. They're all councillors and stuff, so they would know who I am, and I know who they are. So it'll be quite an interesting engagement with someone to ask them questions and stuff. Like one of the councillors that come here. Like, there's one councillor I despise. I would go through him for a shortcut. So he wouldn't like it because I know how much he's acclaimed in expenses and stuff like that. So I would fucking kill him. And I would not kill him, but I would go through him. But in the game, of course, in the game. Like, not kill him, but we go through him for a shortcut, give out to him basically. To our good friend Jeffrey Martin. In the game, of course, in the game. But no, he generally needs to be asked questions about his expense list. I mean, the Ukraine. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I think that's all she wrote. I don't think there's really anything else to say, apart from getting more abuse from Sean and Fiona. Fiona's getting in on it too. And Aaron only too. Don't forget about him. He's coming out with side comments. from the Tony Blair to feeling soon. Yeah, of course, I've been funded. Michael D. Higgins is one of the other. Oh, I don't think they would take. He's far too old. Michael D. Higgins to be about that. Yeah, of course. Jesus, yeah, don't let them walk over you and stuff because they would walk over you. The politicians, political parties, don't let them do that now. Like it's always good to stand up and say, I don't agree with it and stuff like that. Because they generally always think that they're going to get a cup of tea and everything when they come to people's houses. These politicians, they think that you owe them something. They don't think they owe you something. The way they take in their head that you owe them something. You owe them to vote for them. For no reason. That's what they take in their head. So you don't owe them anything. If that makes any sense, I don't make that makes any sense. I don't think any Fine Gael or Green Party or People for Profit or Labour Party know what a woman is. So, you can ask them what a woman is, but I don't think they would know, to be totally honest with you. The vast majority of them wouldn't know. You're kind of preaching to the choir when you're asking them questions, because they couldn't tell you, for love of money, what a woman is. The vast majority of them, I know. But anyway, here we'll leave it there. Take care, everyone. It's nice to chat to you. We'll be back probably Saturday anyway. Unless something big news happens, we will come live to tell you. Of course. Yeah, like Mary Lou's just desperate at this stage to be the first Taoiseach, the first woman Taoiseach. She's desperate. They're desperate, like they are desperate. But the sad reality is, it does look like in the next election it will be probably Mary Lou, because they will, even though they probably won't get as many seats and stuff. My fear is they will definitely go in probably with People Before Profit or the Social Democrats and stuff like that. Not so much Fine Gael, they'd be destroyed, but if you Sinn Féin, you get what I'm saying. So it does look likely that it'll be Mary Lou. So, yeah. But the best thing to do would be to try and vote for some nationalist party or whatever party, or even independent, just to get an independent man or independent woman elected, just to take a seat off Sinn Féin. Like that would be the main thing, basically, just to deny them as much seats as possible, basically. If that makes any sense, that would be what I would say in the general election coming up in next year. Now it's not this year, but that's what I would say, to try and vote independent National Party, in Irish Independent, Irish Freedom Party, etc., or independent, just to deny them that seat, that area seat, just to deny them, just to kind of annoy them a bit, Even though it does seem like Sinn Féin, like a lot of people have woken up to Sinn Féin, but a lot of people still have to wake up to them. And it's not even that. If they get even a decent amount of votes Sinn Féin, they're going to go in with Social Democrats and People Before Profit. Like they're to be able to have a majority, basically. Who's left? There's not really anything else left. There's nobody really. If you can vote for maybe Aintu, I don't know, but a lot of people don't really like Aintu. But it's probably the best out of a bad butch, if that makes any sense. Not really much. I was free. No, Ireland Force. Yeah, sorry, I meant to mention Ireland Force too. I don't think I did it. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Yeah, that's a. But that would be my advice. But obviously, when the general election comes up, I give you a bit of advice and stuff like that. But that's what I was trying to say. I wouldn't spoil your vote or anything like that, because obviously there'd be more people on the ballot paper than just one Sinn Féin TD or two. That wouldn't be democracy if they just are. That. But some of them would be, yeah. But you know, it's the best of a bad lot, if that makes sense. Compared to the other political parties, not so much probably compared to the others, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making sense at all. Yeah, definitely. Definitely in some parts of Dublin, he's going to get a lot of votes. Not so much in the posh and Dublin, or the aristocracy is and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But You get what I'm saying? It'd be better than voting people for profit, or something like that. That makes any sense. It's a worse evil. I know it's still evil at the same time, but it's a worse evil. If that makes, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just the way I see it. But it's the same in every party. There's some good people there, but they're just too afraid to stand up and be captured. It's the same with everything. Kind of. Andrew never really said, but it said bits about it. They did know a few times say bits, but not really. I think they're for border security and stuff, but they're not kind of like Sinn Féin, just open borders altogether. No such thing as a border. But I joked, not the line of Sinn Féin now. Like, the probably would believe in the border and restrictions and stuff and checks, but not so much a Sinn Féin now. Do something, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, evil is winning. It's one person, I think I remember who said it. But they said the evil is winning in the world, and that's what's happening. Good people have been put down because evil is winning. That's what I can't remember who said that, but that's what was said, and it's true. Like, the evil is winning, and the good people are too afraid and too. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Yeah, I don't know the National Party what's happening at the moment. I still don't know yet what's happening. So anyway, here I leave it there for tonight. Yeah, overstayed a visa. Yeah, exactly. It does happen. It does happen. Like, even we see News Talk and the media a few weeks ago saying the truth, that 85% people coming in are coming in on fake documents or not coming in with any documents at all. But it's when somebody comes in the right way. Like, if I went off to Australia now in the morning, take for example, with me bags and everything, would be picture of Sana, of course, too. And went off to Australia or to New Zealand or something like that. You bet your fine dollar that I would have to show every document under the sun and every passport I have under the sun to get into the country. Like, I wouldn't get in basically without a passport. First of all, I wouldn't get in. That's what I can with no passport. You'd be just straight away set back. The same if you didn't have identification, and if you wouldn't cooperate with them and telling you who you were and etc. Like, you wouldn't do it. Simple as that. But that's just out of the way. But anyway, thank you everyone. I appreciate it as always for being here. We'll be back sometime anyway. If I hear any more news, I'll let you know. But anyway, thank you everyone. I appreciate it as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It might be live at some point. I don't know. But definitely we'll be live Saturday night. So take care, everyone. I appreciate y'all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I talk to you again. Thank you. And goodbye.